Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin, Book 1. Chapter 12. How God is to be so distinguished from idols that perfect honor may be given to Him alone. Section 1. True religion binds us to God as the one and only God. Moreover, we said at the beginning that the knowledge of God does not rest in cold speculation, but carries with it the honoring of Him. In passing, we also touched upon how He is to be rightly worshipped, a point that will have to be dealt with at greater length in other places. Now, I only briefly repeat, as often as Scripture asserts that there is one God, it is not contending over the bare name, but also prescribing that nothing belonging to His divinity is to be transferred to another. From this, it is also clear in what respect pure religion differs from superstition. Undoubtedly, for the Greeks, the word eusebia, meaning religion, also connotes befitting reverence. For even the blind themselves, groping in darkness, felt the need of adhering to a definite rule, to avoid the perverted honoring of God. Even though Cicero truly and learnedly derives the word religion from the word religere, the reason that he assigns is forced and far-fetched, that upright worshippers often reread and diligently weighed what was true. Rather, I believe that this word is opposed to giddy license, for the greater part of the world thoughtlessly seizes upon whatever is at hand, nay, even flits hither and thither. But godliness, to stand on a firm footing, keeps itself within its proper limits. Likewise, it seems to me that superstition is so called because not content with the prescribed manner and order, it heaps up a needless mass of inanities. But discussion aside, all ages have always agreed that religion was vitiated and perverted by falseness and error. From this we conclude that when we allow ourselves anything out of heedless zeal, the excuse that the superstitious pretend is silly. Yet even though this confession cries out from all men's lips, a foul ignorance appears. For, as we have already taught, they neither cleave to the one God, nor manifest any delight in honoring Him. But God, to claim His own right, declares Himself a jealous God, and a severe avenger if He is to be confused with any fictitious God. Then He defines lawful worship in order to hold mankind in obedience. He combines both under His law, first when He binds believers to Himself to be their sole lawgiver, and then when He prescribes a rule whereby He is to be duly honored according to His own will. As for the law, since its use and purpose are manifold, I will discuss it in its own place. I now touch merely on this point, that by it a bridle has been imposed upon men, to prevent their sinking into vicious rites. But what I have set down in an earlier section is to be kept in mind, that unless everything proper to His divinity resides in the one God, He is despoiled of His honor, and the reverencing of Him profaned. Here we must more carefully attend to those subtleties with which superstition disports itself. Indeed, it does not so decline to other gods as seemingly to desert the highest God, or to reduce Him to the level of the rest. But while it concedes to Him the supreme place, it surrounds Him with a throng of lesser gods, among whom it parcels out His functions. The glory of His divinity is so rent asunder, although stealthily and craftily, that His whole glory does not remain with Him alone. Thus in the past man, Jews as well as heathen, put a vast throng of gods under the Father and ruler of the gods. Each of these gods, according to his rank, held in common with the highest God, the government of heaven and earth. Thus, a few centuries ago, the saints who had departed this life were elevated into co-partnership with God, to be honored, and also to be invoked and praised in his stead. Indeed, we suppose that by such an abomination God's majesty is not even obscured, while it is in great part suppressed and extinguished, except that we retain some sterile notion of his supreme power. Meanwhile, deceived by the trappings, we are drawn to various gods.